Hey beauties, hey y'all. So skin is prepped and we are ready to get into the full Beauty Mark glam. I'm teaching y'all all my techniques, my tips and tricks to create that full glam but still look like yourself. Okay, we still want to look like ourselves. So this prep is different. We are going to use calamine lotion. Now, the reason I say calamine lotion, because this is going to soak everything, any oils. So ladies, if you are especially oily, like you tried the Power Grip before and you're still oily, I suggest using calamine lotion. Calamine lotion is made for the skin. It's a skin protectant, and it protects against poison ivy, poison oak, and sumac drying lotion. So the fact that it has that drying property, it creates a perfect canvas for full glams. Now, if you want to do the soft glam and you're oily, use the Power Grip pink primer that we used in the soft glam tutorial right here. But I love using this if I don't even, I barely have to touch up my makeup when I use this product. So to apply this primer, I like to go in and add it on a brush. Any type of brush that you have. If you have a flat brush, that is better, but I just add some drops on there. And you can get calamine lotion from Walmart, Target, wherever. And I paint the primer on just like this. And I'm only going to paint in my oily areas. So I go along my mouth, my forehead, my lip, and my cheeks. And I'm just gonna let this dry. You don't want to go back over the areas where you already put the white, because it's just going to take it off. So once you place it, that's it. But if you have a little bit more and it's not wiping off, go ahead and apply it. But this is how it should look. And it's going to dry some more. And while that is drying, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. So I'm using the Ulta Beauty brow pencil, and I know some of the products that I use is going to be repeated from the soft glam tutorial, but it's a different process because now we're going to do our brows first. So again, when doing my brows, I focus on the arch first. I keep pretty much the same shape when it comes to my soft glam, making sure that the tail of my brow meets the end of my eye. And I'm doing small strokes moving forward, and then I'm gonna brush up with these strokes. And then I'm gonna go on top of the brow, start around the arch again. And I only have it up a little bit and connect my tail. I'm gonna fill it in. If you have hairs, brush your hairs down, stroke it like that, brush it back up. It's still giving hairs. Go in the spots where it's a little sparse. And then do the same for the other brow. I'm starting on my arch, my tail, small strokes, Go up near the front of the brow, hair strokes. I finished the top of my brow, and now you're just gonna go ahead and fill it in, spoolie the product out to spread your color throughout your brow and to just give that hair-like look. It's giving hairs, it's giving fullness. So that's your last tip with your brows. So my prep is all dry, but we're gonna go ahead and shape our brows first with the Full Glam because we want it very precise. You can go first with the Soft Glam too, it's your preference, but with Full Glams I like going ahead with the shaping of the brows. So I'm going to use the Born This Way concealer by Too Faced in the shade Cookie underneath my arch. So I'm just gonna go like that on both sides. And then I use a darker shade in the front of the brow. I use a darker shade, a shade Toffee. I use a darker shade in the front because we are gonna be contouring more heavier today. And this is somewhat of my contour shade that I use because when we contour our nose, we spread the powder up in this area. So it just creates dimension when you use the darker shade. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mix the two. Right here I start where they connect and work my way out to create that new shade that I want. And I'm not exactly at the end of my brow just yet. I'm not touching my brow just yet, but now I'm about to. So you want to lay your brush flat and go up into the brow. And I like to do smooth, seamless, continuous motions like that so I do not mess up my line, and it just makes the process quicker when doing my brow. So I'm mixing the concealer again, and I'm gonna connect it just like that. And now my brow is done. If I want a higher arch, I could go a little higher, but I'm good with it. And right now I'm just cleaning it up some more. And then I'm going to spread the rest of the concealer over my eye. And this is just going to serve as my base for my eyeshadow. I'm going to do the same over here. Mix the two and flip it over, mix the two and go up and create my arch. That's just the quickest way to do brows. I know a lot of us struggle with brows. It takes the longest, but when you find your area where you want your arch and everything to start and how high you want it, you just keep that continuous motion and you'll be done with the brows real quick. It does take practice, so just be patient and keep practicing and make sure you have enough concealer. That's another problem I see, that people are not putting enough concealer on. Do not be afraid of concealer because it's just gonna hide all those imperfections and help you. So use your concealer. Blend it with my Real Techniques brush, concealer brush, and just pat it in. Blend across, go up a little bit in between the brow, but that's it for that. Now we're gonna go on with color correcting. Because we're doing a full glam, I like to color correct. I like to use the NYX Pro Fix Stick in the shade Dark Peach. I'm gonna go over my areas where I have hyperpigmentation at, which is mainly for women of color under our eyes. And I'm just gonna go in and smooth that out. And around our mouth, we have some darkness. Just go ahead and put some right there. I have some in this corner of in the corners of my eyes. So I'm just gonna add some right there too. But anywhere you have dark spots, go ahead and use this. If you're a deep chocolate girl, you're gonna use the deepest orange shade. If you have redness on your face, like a red pimple, you're gonna use the green stick. The green, the orange is usually the go-to, but if you have any red spots, green, dark spots, orange, really dark spots, the deep, rich orange. So now I'm gonna go in with this concealer brush and blend this out. And we're gonna start from the outer edge to the center. And just blur it out. That's it. Okay, and do the same thing under the eye. I'm going in light tapping motions. And I'm getting up under that eye. This is just gonna give greater coverage with the concealer. So even if you have dark circles and you're doing the soft glam, go ahead and grab this too. Or if you have birthmarks or freckles, anything you want to cover, go ahead and color correct. Okay, we are color corrected. Next, we are going to add our foundation. Now, I use the same foundation, the Fit Me Maybelline. But since I'm adding more product, I like to also color correct the foundation, because when I'm doing a full glam, I tend to get more orange when I'm using this foundation for some reason. We're gonna add our e.l.f. Camo color corrector, and we're gonna use blue because blue offsets yellow tones and orange tones, and put it on my hand like this. And we're gonna mix our foundation with this to cool it down and to get rid of any oranginess in my makeup. Go ahead and mix it, and you can see that it's making it more cool tone, more of my skin color. And I'm just gonna mix it throughout. Yes. So, ladies, if you bought a foundation and it's looking a little too orange, just grab you a color corrector. They have the LA Pro Girl bottle, but they were out, so I had to grab this. It's still gonna do the same thing, but for now we are going to use this and go for it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it all over. In dots. And for full glams, I use a brush for everything. I don't really use the beauty blender because brushes give full coverage. I love the Real Techniques foundation brush, but I'm just gonna use this brush because I have it available. And I will link the Real Techniques brush in the description. And when you do your foundation, you do not want to put foundation under your eyes. That is where your concealer goes by itself. I'm going in, I'm pressing the foundation in my skin. Just like this. And I'm kind of moving upwards with this motion. I'm kind of pushing my skin upwards, but this is the best way. This is the motion. Now we're all good. See, I'm like really, that's like the perfect color for me. So girls, when you go to the store and you're like, they don't have my shade, buy a corrector. It might be your shade if you're looking a little orange. Now with the excess foundation that I have on my hand, I'm gonna go ahead and carve the top of my brow. You can use concealer or foundation. The foundation just ensures that you don't have any like flashback with your brow. And I do the same thing that I do on the top of my brow. I find a spot where I want to carve and I just go for it, just like that. And I'm moving my face a little as well. I'm not just doing my brow straight from the front because that's hard to do. You kind of gotta tilt your head when you do this. So brows are painted, period. You can use concealer if you have a concealer that's closest to your shade. Go for it. And I'm just gonna blend that out like this because this is a fat brush and I just only really need to blend the outer part of that. So now we are gonna go ahead and conceal on top of that color corrector. We're gonna go in right here, right here. If you have a wide face, do not go all the way up because it's just gonna make your face wider. Because this lifts and widens, this going along the side. The bridge of my nose. Just like that. Over my forehead. And you can make this as skinny or as wide as you like. And then we're gonna go along the side of our face, our lip. Side, our lip, and touch the corners, and then the chin. Then I'm gonna go in with our contour shade in Toffee. I'm gonna just put a little bit right here. Just a little bit. Then I'm gonna go along where I'm gonna contour my nose like that and bring it out under my eye as well. If you need to add more product, you can. I'm twisting the sponge around so I don't have to dip anymore. So the nose is contoured. I have my cheek contour. Then I like to put a little bit on my chin to just not have a bright chin. And then on my forehead, around that contour, and little dashes along the side of the forehead. So we are all concealed up. And for full glams, I like to have a bright under eye. So this hack, drying in your concealer with your fan just a little bit, goes a long way, and it optimizes full coverage. So I'm just gonna dry my concealer in some. Make sure that your eyes are not closed during this time, because if you have lash extensions or long lashes, you don't want concealer to get in your eyes. So that's important. And I focus the fan on my under eye. I don't like to focus it on my chin or my forehead, because I don't want that to be bright and highlighted. I really just want it under my eyes. So just do that for a little bit till you feel like, okay, I say about 10 seconds. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and get my foundation brush and start blending my chin. So when you blend with your brush, you want to start on the outer perimeter and work your way in the middle, like we did in the soft glam. It's the same technique, it's just more product, more coverage, and a little bit more steps. Get up under your lip. Then I'm gonna do the same thing with my lips. Blend the outer, work my way in the middle. Go to the other side. Blend out, and I'm pressing in just like that. And I'm gonna work my way on my topper lip. Then I'm gonna move on to my forehead. And I'm kind of like just doing the edge of my brush, because I don't want to go in like that, and you can see it's blending pretty nice. And I'm watching my brow as well. I'm making sure that the brush is not touching my brow. And I'm just going along the side of the brush to blend everything out. And when you go along the temples, you want to conceal, you want to move into the hairline. Doesn't make sense now. Okay, so that is looking good and flawless. And now I'm gonna go in with the contour and go up. Go up and out. You want to push it up into the concealer and bring it down a little bit, like mid cheek. I'm gonna do the same on this side. I'm gonna go up. Alright. So contoured is good. Now I'm gonna do my under eye concealer and blend it out. Also, I want to mention that you need to blend out your nose contour before you move on to your under eye, because we do not want your nose to set. I did not do that, so my contour on my nose is going to come off a little more defined than I personally and usually wear, but we're just going to learn the technique and keep moving forward. Apply it as needed. The Real Techniques brush that we used earlier, and I start right here on the cheek. And work my way out. Now, if you really want to snatch your nose, I'm just going to go ahead and do that to show you, because I do this sometimes. I don't do this all the time, but since it's a full glam, we're going to go full glam. So you just go along the side of your nose to snatch it out some more. And this just makes your nose appear smaller when you do this. I'm going along my nose ring. This just makes your nose appear smaller, and you can do this and let it dry as well. But since I'm not really trying to highlight that area, I just went ahead and put it on then. So now I'm marrying the two concealers, blending it out. I don't even know what things are looking like inside of your place. I must decorate. This thing is getting one-sided. I can't even lie to you right now. Okay. Yeah. All she talking about is come and see me. Come and see me. And I always go on top of the lid too. Y'all never come to me. Yeah. So just blend, blend, blend. Take your time with blending, because that's the key to flawless makeup. And then I'm going to go along the side of my nose. I'm probably going to have to clean my nose ring with a Q-tip, which is fine. It doesn't bother me. And we're going to move on to the other side. Same technique. So just pay attention to how many passes I'm doing with the concealer. I didn't want to do too many cut edits, so you can see in real time how long it takes to blend on a full glam. Shut it down, where they sold. Checks on the streets, in my foes. Sand on my feet, put it on toes. Take it with me, double your dose. Covered with angels that's watching my soul. Check out a bed, it's bigger with go over any spots you may have missed. Okay. And make sure it's no like patches. Now we're gonna go in with that concealer brush that we used earlier to blend out the nose contour that we used the color corrector with. We're gonna go ahead and do that. So you want to start up here, and when you blend your contour out, you want to blend it outwards. You don't want to blend it inwards but outwards. So I'm starting at the edge and then working my way in the center of the product and going upwards, and then I'm going to spread it out along my eyelid to get rid of some product. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side, the edge, work my way up in the middle of the product, blend, 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 and out that edge, blend, blend. Then I'm going to go along the side of the contour, blend outwards. You don't want to blend it too outwards but you want to blend just enough to where it's seamless and you can't see where it starts and how it's all harsh right here, how it's blended right here. Okay, just trust the process. I'm gonna go in on the side and see I got a little bit into the center of my highlight, but that's okay, we're gonna fix that. Okay, so the nose is snatched. Now I'm gonna go back in with that Real Techniques concealer brush and blend out the center of my contour on my nose, my highlight, just like this. And that part just got fixed just right then. And I'm gonna press it in. And baby, the contour, the nose, this nose is snatched, honey. It's snatched, okay? And I also like to move it up on my forehead too, to blend out that highlight as well. And honey, we are blended. So now I'm gonna go in and just blend out any creasing that may have happened, because it's gonna crease until you set it. But before we set our concealer, we're gonna blend it out. All right. And I'm just gonna, I see I missed it. I'm just gonna drag that contour out to this area too. And you see how it's creasing on my eyes? We're just gonna blend that out too. Setting your eyes with translucent powder right here would stop the creasing immediately, but you're gonna blend it out first. Okay, so now I'm going to set my concealer, and with Full Glams, I like my under eyes to be bright. This is the hack to a bright under eye, y'all. Is using the Maybelline Fit Me in a brighter shade. I'm using the shade 130. This is Buff Beige. And what I'm going to do is get my powder puff. I'm gonna press the powder on the puff. It's gonna look like this. And we're gonna set it under our eye. We're gonna press this powder under our eye. So make sure I don't have any creasing, which I do. You will get creasing quick. But all you're gonna do is just go in, blend it out some more. And sometimes if you feel like you don't have enough coverage, you can always go in with a little more concealer just to make sure you have enough coverage. Because sometimes blending too much, it'll take it away. It'll take the coverage away. But I think I'm good, so I'm just gonna go ahead and press this in like such. And I'm gonna add more powder. As needed. And I'll go in along the side of my nose too. Not into my contour, but right where we place the additional concealer to snatch it some. And I'm gonna go along everywhere I want highlighted. So I go along the top of my lip, the cheek, and the side of my nose. Now we're gonna do the other side. You want to do light tapping, continuous motions whenever you're pressing your powder in. And you're not going to use the powder puff it came with. You're going to use this one. It's linked in my storefront. You can also feel when you need more powder. I'm not just dipping in it. So we are all set under the eyes. I'm going to go along the bridge of my nose too. And I'm doing this really lightly. Just like that. And I'm gonna go along the top of my forehead as well. So my nose does look good, but everyone has their preference. I like the more natural snatch of a nose. And yes, y'all. And I go in on top of my eye too, just to blend it and set it. My eye kind of creased a little, but we're putting on some eyeshadow, so it's not gonna be seen or noticeable. But if you're just doing the brown smoky eye, make sure you blend it out with the Real Techniques brush again before setting, or you're gonna have creases and it's gonna look like this under your eye. That's why we make sure we blend. So yes, that's all where I want highlighted. This is the tip, and then we're gonna go in with our translucent loose powder by Laura Mercier and set some more. Baby, if you want a bright under eye, this is the hack. So this is the same powder from the Soft Glam tutorial. I'm gonna tap it on my face, my hand again, and go in and tap some more. Ladies, do not be scared of makeup. I know you're like, oh my gosh, this is looking ghostly. I don't know if I can do that. You can do that no matter your skin tone. If you're chocolate, you can definitely do this as well. I've seen it done. So I'm just gonna let it bake on my nose for sure. And I didn't press it in so much under my eyes as well, so I have like a slight bake. And then I'm gonna set my chin, and I'm gonna press it in this time to make sure it's set. But everything else, I kind of lightly just set the powder right there, so you can still see like a cast of the powder on. Now we're gonna contour some more with our Morph palette. Get the color that complements your skin tone. I'm using the AR palette because these colors complement me, and then I have the darker shade, which we're gonna use last. I have my contour brush. I'm gonna first bronze. I like to dap them in each color, each shade, and then I'm just gonna go up. And now, do you see how deeper the contour is now versus the Soft Glam? Because we did cream contour first, it's gonna do that. And I just let the brush hug, and I do it in this motion so it can blend the concealer at the top as well. And I just go in circular motions. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And there you go. You carved out the cheekbones. And we're going to go in on the top too to get rid of that highlight. And yes, we're blended. Go on the top of the forehead. Same. Marry all your lines. Okay. Go along the jaw, the chin, the jaw again. And then we're gonna go in on this highlight shade right here and go right on top of the contour to just kind of warm things up and blend it even more. And when I'm dipping in here, I'm not dipping hard. I'm just barely touching it like that. Barely. And I'm doing it twice at the most. If I need to add more, I'll dip once, I'll dip twice. But do not dip and do not swirl in the product on your brush, because that's when it becomes cakey and it's not doing right. And sometimes I like to smile just to see where I want that warmth coming. Okay, we looking good. Now for blush, you can use liquid blush. I have not tried the liquid blush, so I don't have any. All I do is pick up some more blush on my brush. That's it. That's it. So I'm just gonna mix these two blush colors, and I'm gonna smile, and I'm gonna marry the concealer and contour. That's all I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna smile, I'm gonna go in this swappy motion, and I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Dip, 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 dip. Go right here, and I'm gonna kind of go mid under eye just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, and look, we got cheeks, rosy cheeks. All right. Okay, I'm going to carve out the contour again with the powder. I'm gonna use the medium deep powder because I just like to use that. You can use the translucent. It'll do the same thing. It's just more blending you'll have to do to get rid of like that line of demarcation. So I'm just gonna put a little bit in the top of the container, press out a little, and I like to just measure from right there and do the same thing on this side, and add more if you need to. And then I still go along and press the rest of the excess along around my mouth like this. Okay, now we are going to go in with the Sephora micro finishing powder in the contour shade. This is the shade Mocha. I'm just gonna get that same contour brush and just blend things out. And with this, I do dip it multiple times because it's very lightweight. But as a beginner, just pick it up as you need. Pick up like 2 dabs and then come back. So this, I'm just mixing it some more. I'm just smoothing out it some more. Okay, and then I'm just gonna add a little bit more blush because I feel like I need to. I feel like it took a little bit away, but like I said, nothing too crazy. All right, and I will show y'all how this contour looks, because like I told y'all, I'm really a bronzer girl. That's really all I need. But for the sake of the full glam and to show you how much you actually need for this part, it's not a lot. So I'm just gonna barely tap. Now I have a little bit. I really don't need more because I done layered it up, but I'm just gonna show y'all. Look, you see that? Yeah. Yeah. But you could definitely snatch your double chin with this. But honey, I don't need a lot of it. I don't. And I'm just gonna take my foundation brush because I know that brush is done for. Once you dip it in that deep contour, it's done for. So I'm going with my foundation brush and like blend that out. Okay, you see it made it back seamless. Yeah. Woo, child. All right. Next, we are going to set in our contour on our nose with that micro finishing powder. I'm gonna take this brush that we used yesterday just for our powder contour and go along the bridge of my nose to smooth this out and to set it in place. So I go along the top and work my way down. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Okay. And the bridge. Okay, so now I want my contour to be smooth though. So now we're gonna bake on our nose to erase any harsh lines. And this is how my sponge is looking from snatching and all of that. So now it looks like this. I'm just gonna tap the excess. And it looks like this now. So I'm gonna go right here and erase and just make it more defined, more sharp. That's all this step does. And it just smooths out any harsh lines as well. Like how this is looking a little harsh. We're gonna go in and smooth my nose that was trying to come up. And then we're gonna go in the middle and bake it. Okay. All right, so yes, this is what's gonna help with slimming the nose down more. Now we're just gonna go in with bronzer on our eye. You can use an eyeshadow brush for this part. I'm just using this regular firm blender, and I'm just gonna go in with my bronzer and in circular motions go back and forth. And I'm holding the brush near the end of it to get better control. And I'm gonna go along my lid too. Same on this side. It's like windshield wiper motions, but you're gonna go on a circular motion back as well. Back and forth. A little bit on the lid. Okay. Put a little bit of eyeshadow on, just a little bit, because eyeshadow is a whole nother tutorial that will have to happen. If you want it, please let me know. I will make that happen for y'all. So I'm just gonna do a soft eye, but the tip to a soft matte eyeshadow is this, the NYX glitter primer. Is like the ultimate game changer when it comes to having a non-patchiness on your eyeshadow. I'm just gonna pull that out the box and get it ready. But for now, we're just gonna add some deeper shades. I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. I'm gonna go in with that same brush and get a deeper shade right here, the OUD shade, and I'm just gonna put this deeper shade in my crease and go use that same motion back and forth. And then I'm gonna do the same thing over here. You can see the difference. Okay, then I'm going to squeeze a little bit of this glitter glue on my hand. It's gonna be hard. Make sure you wash your hands good after this. And I just put a little pea size on my hand, and I'm gonna take a brush, a flat brush like this, to just blend it on my eye. So I swiped it up, and now I'm just blending it on my eye, on my lid, like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get another brush like this, and I'm just gonna pick up the color Desert Sand and pack it on, because this is like one of the popular looks that the girls be wanting. It's just a little matte shadow, nothing crazy, and look, easy, just like that. Eyeshadow done. This is just a simple eyeshadow look. You could do this with shimmer shadows, but to erase the patchiness when you're using matte shadows, you're gonna use the glitter glue. And we're gonna do the same on the other eye. And that's all I'm doing for this eyeshadow look. I'm not doing nothing super detailed or crazy. Like I said, I'll create a separate course for that, for different eyeshadow looks. If you want smoky eye, if you want to do a cut crease, if you want to do a glitter color, I'll do that in a separate course. But yes, you just want to kind of follow along the shape of your eye when it comes to like trying to figure out where to stop and finish, start and finish. So yep, put the primer on. We're gonna go in while it's still tacky and press the shadow in. Just like that. And there, our eyeshadow is on. I'm just gonna add a little bit right here. Yep. And then we're gonna do a wing, y'all. Because what is a full glam with no wing? Be for real, for real. Now we're gonna use the Ruby Kisses tattoo liner. The liner is this tip, felt tip, and we're gonna start at the corner of our eye. Now, holding the brush, the eyeliner just like this, we're gonna create a small little line And I do strokes on this side too. I do strokes when I'm doing my eyeliner as well. And that's our first line. Then you are going to go backwards and create a triangle on your eye. Okay? It's best to look down when you're doing your wing to have control. And I'm not gonna go to the very tip of the wing. I'm gonna go like mid-wing, mid-line of the wing right here. And create a triangle. Oop, I messed up a little bit. So I'm gonna have a thicker wing, but you go in and create a triangle just like that. And you fill in the triangle. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back this way and with the tip of the brush fix the line a little bit more and make it connect like that. Now I don't want a super high wing because my eyes are hooded. So what you can do is go back with that glitter primer brush and brush a little bit of the primer on there. If you got a little bit on your hand, use that. And go back with that eyeshadow brush and cover it up. So I'm actually gonna have to put more product because it's gone. I used just enough. So I'm putting a little bit of the glitter primer on top. You would use concealer too if you're doing concealer with your eyeshadow. And then I'm gonna go in and cover my mistake up. I don't know if y'all can see, I covered it up. Yes ma'am, yes ma'am. And blend. Alright. Then I'm gonna keep doing the small dashes along the eye. And just connect and take your time when you're doing this. If you have watery eyes, I suggest doing the eyes first and then doing the whole face. And if you are struggling with doing your wings, you can do the concealer with the concealer brush right under the wing when you do your eyes first to clean it up. Or you can use tape. There's so many different methods out there. But yes, this is how. And you kind of want to tilt your head to the side so you can get a straight line. And take your time with this. Okay, wing is done. Now we're gonna do the same on this side. Create my line, light strokes. Do my triangle. Okay. Fill the triangle in. Connect, connect. Do my liner and dashes. And you want to try to make the lines thickness match on both sides of the eye. just like that, and we have our wings. Alright, got our wings. Okay, girlies, and now we're gonna go in with the lash glue. Go on top of that liner, brush off any excess, but we're just gonna go on top of the liner with it, like such. And I'm going in small strokes, always small strokes, and then I'm gonna close my eye to make sure I don't get any glue on my lashes once we get to the end of the liner. I always just close when I get to this part because it tends to touch the lash glue, and then I have to get lash glue out my lashes. So that's coated on. This is just gonna make the lashes pop even more with more definition, being that we used black glue. And now I'm gonna grab my lashes from the Soft Glam tutorial. It still eats with the full glam because of that lift that it gives. So I'm just gonna plop that on. You can use tweezers if it's too hard for you. If you have lash extensions, you don't have to do this part. Okay? Period. If you do have lash extensions and you get shadow on top of your lashes, you're just gonna brush it off with a clean eyeshadow brush. That's it. Or get your mascara wand and comb it out. And then again, you look low when you're putting on your lashes so you don't miss, and look at that. So pretty. I'm gonna go in with the mascara, any mascara that you have, and marry your lashes with the strip. Okay. And then I'm gonna go in with my bottom liner. Well, since it's a full glam, I'm gonna go on with the white liner. This one is from Ruby Kisses as well, and it's just gonna make your eyes appear bigger if you have small eyes. So I'm just gonna go in on my waterline with it, like this. See what that did? You just go back and forth. If you have watery eyes, I suggest doing your eyes first and then doing your concealer and all that, because you don't want the water to go down and drip off. And then I'm gonna go in with my mascara on my bottom lashes and wiggle that in. Just to give some outline back to it, because the white, it just makes your eyes bigger. You can use white or tan is another favorite of mine. But since this is a full glam and we want to get dolly eyes, you could do this. Or use black liner, which is also my favorite. Okay, pretty, right? Pretty. And like I said in the Soft Glam tutorial, at least 2 coats to really make those lashes pop. Now, also if you want to put bottom shadow eyeshadow on the bottom, you can. It's optional. Then do the liner, then the mascara. It's really up to you. Now I'm just gonna dust off the excess powder I had. You see how that blended that contour in? Dust it off. Then I'm gonna go in with the micro finishing, micro smoothing powder from Sephora. And sadly, this product is being discontinued, so we gotta find a dupe that's similar to the micro finishing. But I'm just gonna go along everywhere I highlight it and just smooth that too. Smooth everything out on the forehead, on the contour. Smooth it out. Okay, look, your girl's looking good. Now we're gonna line the lips up with our NK Bold Liner. And I do the same technique. You overline from the center to the middle. Spread your lips out a little bit like this. And this color is dark brown this time. Like that. The bottom lip, you're gonna go to the center. Okay. Absolute New York lipstick in the color Bad Attitude. Okay. Y'all, the beat is beating, honey. Then I'm just gonna go in with that contour brush I had earlier and just make sure I contour the chin some more, because I don't want to look so much brighter than my chest. Let me zoom out some. Like, I want to look my color, but this is a full glam beat, honey. Like, yes, I go in on the chin, and I still haven't dusted off the powder either, but you see it kind of just sets on its own. So yeah, this looks really good. Put the light, this looks really good. And it just gets rid of that double chin. Like, I don't have no double chin, child. Alright. I'm gonna gloss my lips with the MAC lip glass in the shade Oyster Girl. I love this iridescent shade. It's so pretty. It looks gorgeous on nude lips. And it just gives that nice gloss, shimmery look. Like that. Love it. Yes. And I put a little bit where we had the liner too. Just a little. Alright, and now I'm gonna spray set the face. Well, now I'm just gonna get rid of any excess powder that I had on from carving out my contour with the fluffy brush. And then I just want to add a little bit more blush. Just add as needed, and I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose, just a little bit, just like that, nothing crazy. All right, now I'm going to set the face and get my hair out the way. We're gonna spray down, honey, okay? Spray down. Get your fan ready. Close your eyes, get ready. Okay. Like you went swimming. And fan it in. Okay, make sure it's on the highest setting. And it's just gonna make everything blend in. So you can see it's drying as I'm going. It's all drying and things are just melting into the skin and blending better. But this is a full glam. Look at this beads. Look at that under eye. Look at, you know, just look at the material, honey. Look. But it's flawless. It's smooth. It's not cakey. Like it looks really, really good. Okay, we're about dry, and now we're gonna go in with our highlight powder. I'm still gonna use the Rosy Glores because that's just my girl. Right here, shake it up, make sure you get enough on the lid, and I still don't tap into the actual powder because it is a lot of product. It goes a long way. I'm gonna smile and go in a circle and glazed donut. Hey, okay, do the same thing over here. It's so nice. And then I'm gonna tap a little bit on my nose, for my nose, just a little bit. You could bring it up the bridge if you want a little to give that look. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add my beauty marks. I'm adding my beauty marks now this time because I didn't. I'm just gonna fix my contour a little bit. Some of my highlight got right there. Just blend it out. This brush doesn't really have nothing on it. It has a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me powder. If you need to add some, add it, but I really didn't need to add any. But if you're oily, why not? Go ahead. Okay, now we're gonna add our beauty marks with our liner. I'm just gonna do these two, my moles right here. If you have a bump like me, you can. It's up to you. I got one right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and add it right there. And then right here, why not? Do I want to? I don't know. I'll put one right here. Okay, it's still cute. It's still cute. Now we are going to lock everything in. I have a love-hate relationship with this product. If you have the one size setting spray, you can use that instead, but I have the Seal-It Pro. Y'all, I have a love-hate relationship with it because it's so strong, it's so tacky, it's so sticky. It's like the Got2Be spray that you use for your hair, but it's waterproof locking mist. And yeah, this stuff is potent, but it gets the job done. So I'm just gonna get my hair out the way and spray my face. Like, oh, like you can't breathe. Ooh. And it's spicy. that was spicy on my face. When I say spicy, I mean it burns a little. A child, ooh, that one really burned that time. We are sealed. We are locked in. That burned a little bit, but we are good. I cut on my fan and dried my face, but this is the complete look. We are done with the full glam. See the makeup. Makeup looks gorgeous. Eyeshadow simple, beginner friendly, and I want you guys to master doing your face first before we tap into the eyeshadow looks. The technique I showed you with the eyeshadow, you can do that with any eyeshadow. Whether it's the powder, gold, shimmer, you can do that. But I want you guys to master the face. So everything looks seamless. You cannot see where things start and finish. It's all blended. Eyes look great. And yes, this is the full glam. Don't be afraid to pack on products, to layer products, to do what you need to do to get that look. But your girl's looking like a glazed donut out here, looking good. And what do you guys think? This is the full glam. Y'all, this is glazed donut, honey. It's highlight, but this is when you have special events, you're going out, you're doing photo shoots. This is like the look, the go-to look. And it looks so nice. You look like a Barbie doll. Looking like a Barbie doll. Yes. But anyways, I just want to thank you guys again for purchasing this course, learning how to do your makeup, learning how to do a soft glam, a full glam, the difference, and you tailor it to what's best for you. If you have oily skin, I definitely recommend doing the calamine lotion for your prep always. If you want that more of a skin, natural finish, go with the e.l.f. Power Grip. If you're dry, go with the blue one. If you're oily, go with the pink one. And just play with your face. This is your canvas. Play with what works best for you and create that perfect look. But y'all, use what you have. If you need more products, if you're running out, you're more than welcome to use the products that I use and get the tools that you need in my Amazon description. I'm gonna link most of everything that I use in here under makeup, with the beauty blenders, with everything. So again, I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial. I can't wait to see the looks that are gonna be birthed from this. But enjoy. Make sure you tag our Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more tips and tricks, and to just join and become a member. I have a membership where I pour into my beauties on tips on life, beauty, nursing, entrepreneurship, and you pay a small monthly fee. You get discounts on merch, you get discounts on anything that I drop. So become a member, subscribe, and make sure you tag me so I can share you across my socials, and also include something special for you as well that you'll get in your DM. But anyways, thank you again. I hope you love the course. Drop a review, and I got you. Drop a review and tell me your thoughts. Tell me if it was easy to follow, and just I can't wait to see the looks that is created from this. But again, God bless. I love you, and thank you from the bottom of my heart supporting Beauty Mark RX. More to come. Bye.